I took soccer as just something fun to do back when I was a lot younger. I mean, I thought I was invisible, didn't think, nothing was gonna get in my way of the game. Now, 8 years later, from when I first started, a lot can happen.
Right from U10 or U11, they had a really nice team in King City. Their coaches were fantastic. She liked them. And of course, they won, which made it better. But they really enjoyed each other as a team.
It really gave me a love for the game, my teammates, the team sport aspect. I love it.
Ball through for Diceman. But equal to the task around the goalie. This could be trouble. In front of goal for the opener. They've got it.
The King City team that Melissa played on throughout her career at home was a very good team, and they've won the Ontario Championship 3 times, and then a couple of girls got a scholarship before Melissa, and then she realized, I want to be part of that.
I actually got an email and said, hey, we saw a video on you, we'd be super interested, would you want to come down for a visit? And I was like, okay, Ball State, sure. I went down and I actually committed that weekend.
Melissa was my freshman year roommate. So probably day one, when we moved into the dorms, Melissa had loads of stuff and I had like 1 bag. So that was probably our first conversation.
We kind of bonded because we didn't know anyone. We did a lot of things together. We went to practice together. We just had each other's backs.
And then we went straight into preseason and it was like, here we go.
I was just running towards the sidelines to get the ball. My cleat got caught in the turf and I went down. I didn't know what happened. All I know is I couldn't move my leg.
Got a text throughout the game and was Melissa's down, banging the ground. I think it's a knee injury.
I had the reaction anyone would have when they see someone go down, so it's like, please be okay.
For her to go down, it was devastating because your freshman year to get an ACL was like horrible.
Didn't know what the surgery was gonna look like. I never had surgery, so I didn't know. I remember this massive needle going into my thigh, and they're like, yeah, it's not gonna hurt, and all I remember is massive pinch, and I was like, okay, that's going into my thigh, that's a little scary. And then they're like, okay, you're going to the surgery room, and I'm like, okay, and they completely knocked me out.
We did a lot of research about numbers, about reoccurrence, and so on, and we thought that, okay, if you do this right, you take it serious, you will be able to come back from it. But part of it's up to you and your determination, and how are you going to rehab and do things properly.
There was steps. First step was getting the leg moving, just making your do quad squeezes, simple as that. And then, it went from being able to walk, that was a huge another step, and then being able to cut, move side to side, baby steps, definitely. And I just committed myself to, I want to be one of the most fittest people on the team. And, I'd go extra, I'd stay after to run, and it definitely worked out. I was, beginning of spring, one of the most fit people on the team, and I think that really helped. It was 51 weeks after I did my first one.
It's a perfect soccer Sunday to wrap up the opening weekend of Mid-American Conference play. This afternoon we have Ball State and Bowling Green.
I went into a tackle and I heard a pop.
Rowan handled well by Ball State, nearing 10 seconds now.
Seeing firsthand what she went through the first time, it was hard for me to know that she was going to have to go through that again.
That phone call for the second one was definitely hard. I remember calling my mom at work. I was in North Quad. I just felt like I let them down because they helped me so much through this process that calling them was almost defeating to them. I needed to be alone when I was on the field sometimes just so I could get my confidence back, knowing, I can shoot the ball still, I can pass the ball still. Just small things like that just to get confidence back so when I do go to practice, I'm not gonna fail at it.
just the consistent thing, I would say, when she would get down was just like, don't get down, stay positive, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
The second time I came back, I was more confident and I was like, yeah, you know, I did the work, I'm gonna be good. My knees are gonna hold up, I trust the process. Everyone did what they needed to do around me to get me back on this field, and I'm gonna go out and play and not even worry about it. Every time I look down on my knees, I just see scars. And I was like, okay, I need something to like look down at and know like they're gonna be okay. So I ended up just writing like strength. I know they're strong and they're not gonna fail me because I did the work. So now before every game for the past like 3 years, I've written strength and never fail. It's what I do before every game. And I cannot play a game if I don't have those phrases written on my knees. Got taken out in the box and the ref was like, PK, and I'm like, okay, and I gave the ball to Nikki and she's like, no, you take it. And I was like, oh, I mean, I've never taken a PK in like 4 years. I lined up and it's just me and the goalie and everything almost like kind of went black. And I just shot. And I was honestly more in shock. I was like, oh my God, I just scored my first collegiate goal. Didn't expect it. I mean, I always wanted to score. I mean, it's great scoring, but I'm always the one that just wants to pass it off. So getting a goal was insane to me.
It was big, like she deserves it. Like the amount of stuff she's gone through and then to come on the field, win a penalty and take it and score, like that's a big deal.
For her to still be standing, still be going strong and still have a positive attitude is truly inspirational.
That she's stronger than I ever thought. I knew she was strong, just the way she grew up and that, but now she's mentally strong and can overcome a lot of things.
I wanted to show that even if you're injured, you can still come back. Everyone has injuries, it happens, and I didn't want to be the one that was like, oh yeah, Melissa tore ACL and she ended up quitting the team. I wanted to be the one that was like, Melissa tore her ACL, tore it again, and ended up playing again and, you know, contributed to the team. I wanted that story. I didn't want to be known as quitting from an ACL. I wanted to like prove myself that, you know, I'm bigger than an injury. I didn't want to be known for the injury.